check, check, check.
Focusing on the thing.
So it's off automatically.
All right.
Check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Somerville Veterans Rink for senior night for Somerville High School hockey. The squad. From the day you were born, everyone said cherish every moment as it goes by in the blink of an eye. Boy, were they right. It seemed like yesterday we were in Frenchie's backyard rink. On the way there, I remember saying, if you fall, I don't want to leave. Little did I know your father would have to drag you off the ice that day. From that moment on, hockey has been your passion. Being by your side through this journey has been amazing. Watching you grow and become the smart, kind, courageous, and confident young man you are today has been one of the greatest joys of our life. Tonight, take it every minute and get rink rocking. Big Papa, Naughty, Nana, Papa are watching above with the biggest smiles cheer you on. Your biggest tonight, standing by your side right now to celebrate you. We are all proud of you and love you so much. The Squally plans on pursuing a career in the Pipe Fitters Union. We are so excited to see what the future has in store for him. Love, your #1 fans, Ma and Da, and don't forget Blaze. For Squally fans,
Should I start? No. Let it go.
Is Donovan not going to get the start? Ponzo did not tell me he was starting a goal, but then again, I didn't ask.
Oh, mics are hot.
Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville NTV. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Orrego. Tyler, happy Pasquale Candelino night as it is senior night here at the Vet. The Highlanders welcome in the Medford Mustangs, a team that they lost to in overtime, held the lead with 5 minutes remaining in that game, and then gave up the game tire and the game winner in overtime. So some frustrations the Highlanders will like to take out on the Mustangs tonight, as well as the fact the Mustangs 9-5 overall, 1 win away from making the playoffs. Highlanders would love to knock them out.
Well, you'd love to play the spoiler role tonight here if you're the Highlanders, and more importantly, you'd love to put forth a much better effort here on home ice, celebrating the career of Pasquale Candelino, the lone senior on your team this season. Things did not go the Highlanders' way on Saturday against Peabody, but they have an opportunity now to come back here at home against this Medford team, as we'll have starting lineups and national anthem for you. Coming up next after this, the puck drop.
Now the center line for the Richmond Mustangs. Right wing, number 9, Jake Murdoch. Center, number 14, Evan Sirius. Left wing, number 25, James Patricia. Defense, number 12, Nick Perito. Defense, number 6, Carter Jarrett. And goal number 30, Keith Boodle. The Mustangs are coached by Mr. Ned O'Keefe. And now the starting lineup for your Highlanders. At right wing, number 5, Pasquale Candelino. At center, number 13, Matt Todd. At left wing, number 6, Ben Nicole. On defense, number 4, Caden Bartel. And on defense, number 14, Captain Shane Doe. Between the pipes, number 1, Colin Donovan. I don't want to coach Chris Cavazza. During this time, we ask you to please rise to your name and blue hats as the honor America will play the our national anthem.
Big crowd here at the Vet tonight, as great representation for the Highlanders. Also a big Medford crowd here as well. Of course, border rivals, these two teams. And based upon what I heard about the chippiness of the previous game, these two teams don't really like each other very much on the ice.
Oh, and you could have expected a lot of emotion coming into this game already with the celebration beforehand with Pasquale Candelino. And I'd wager half of the Somerville contingent here tonight, probably members of the Candelino family. He had a lot of representatives there by the bench. And so for the Highlanders, you want to manage your emotions here in this game. You played this Medford team very close and very competitively earlier in the month. You had the lead late in the third period. Let things get away from you there late before falling in overtime. You're looking for a bounce back already from how things went for you on Saturday night, but also looking for a little bit of retribution as well with how things went for you on the road against Medford. A lot of things on the line here for this Highlanders team. You could say the same for the Mustangs, as you mentioned, Todd. They're trying to punch their ticket to the postseason.
Mustangs are sitting at number 37 in Division I, so they need that 10th win in order to get into the playoffs. They sit at 9 right now, and the Highlanders would love to deny them that here on Pasquale Candelino night. We are underway as the Highlanders take the opening face-off, dumped in by Caden Martell. It's Candelino over on the mid-boards with the check, trying to get control of the puck. It comes out to the captain, Shane Doe, who fires that in. Rudolph has to send it to the side. Doe will take it as it leaves the attacking zone. Doe, though, unable to knock that one clean as it was blocked away by Evan Charlone. Now Candelino. Speed down the right side. Dumps it in. Over to grab it is DiCarlo, but Medford able to clear it out. And now some speed coming down for Charlone. Charlone into the attacking zone for the Mustangs. Drops it back. They'll cycle it around the Highlander net back to the near point. Dumped in a bit deeper there by O'Keefe. Tried to center there, knocked away, I believe, by Antonelli's stick. Medford keeps possession here, just underway here at the vet. Highlanders versus the Mustangs. As skating in right there was Diego Menes. Menes, one of the leading scorers for the Mustangs. Their leading scorer is number 5, Nolan O'Keefe. As that's sent back to the point, sent in towards the goal, deflected away. Karim Diallo looking to get it out for the Highlanders, but could not quite get it past O'Keefe, who sends it back down for the Mustangs.
This is where we saw the Highlanders get into some trouble here. Puck's not getting out of their zone as they finally get the clear for Marco Lewis, but we had seen times in that game on Saturday against Peabody where the Highlanders, for really long stretches, had to spend a lot of energy defending, and against this Medford team, you can't afford that.
As Diallo trying to stop the flow there. So Keefe was trying to carry it out of the zone. Stolen away by Doe. As Doe checked off the puck there by Jacob Murdoch.
Good hit there from Murdoch at the line. You'll want to separate your man from the puck. And you know what Shane Doe can do when he gets into open ice like that across the attacking zone blue line.
As Candelino with the check in neutral ice. Dumped in by the Mustangs. James Camus sends it back around. Picked up there by Caden Martell for the Highlanders as he clears it out of the zone. Medford will pick it up in neutral ice, but not control as Martell gets a hold of it. Sends it up. Sent in by Candelino. Medford collects behind their own net as Highlanders go for a line change. Colin Rosas will pick that up for the Highlanders. Trying to get it out, but he's unable to. That puck's kept in as well. Robert Morin doing a good job there for the Mustangs. That one gets through to Colin Donovan, but he sends it aside. So it came off the stick of Diego Menes. That one from the point, deflected away by Karim Diallo. Highlanders still unable to clear the zone, though, as O'Keefe sends it across ice. Shot in, deflected wide. Shot once again comes off the right pad, goes wide. As Medford yet again keeps it in the zone. That one's going to be flung out by Caden Martell, but it's going to wind up being an icing. The face-off will come back to the Highlanders in, as once again, Highlanders having a difficult time, Tyler, getting it out of their zone.
I want to go back earlier to the game because I thought the opening minute or two were strong for the Highlanders with how they were able to get possession early, get a puck in deep, and win some board battles. They generated that shot there from the point. But over the last couple of shifts here now, it's the Mustangs all of a sudden trying to wear things down here on the Highlanders' end of the ice. And again, some of those problems creeping back up from Saturday.
As that one held in, the slapper sent in. Doe was able to deflect it aside as Colin Lee sent that in. Now behind the net, Charlone picks it up. Drops it back behind the net to Murdoch. trying to get that tucked into that far side post. Colin Donovan had the skate up against it. A little bit of pushing and shoving there afterwards. 11:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Scoreless here from Levet.
Highlanders right now, it just feels like what we saw from Saturday, which is just bunched up in their own zone, content to allow the perimeter and allow for that cycle to be generated and to be set up. Guys need to start moving their feet a little bit more here, not just in the defensive zone, but that's where it's going to start for this Highlanders team. They've got to get to their skating game to get to more pucks and try and get a breakout going here and get up through neutral ice.
As Medford has it at the point, down to the mid-boards on the far side. That centering pass by O'Keefe, knocked away by Donovan. Sent in towards Donovan. He was able to stop it there, and also I think he got the right pad on the attempt by Menace. Islanders again have to clear this one out as that got through as well. Icing's going to be the call. Colin Donovan once again under the assault of shots. The Highlanders have to get some puck possession here. They're struggling yet again, as they did against Peabody and against Boston Latin.
That puck's just not getting out of the zone here, allowing for the opposition to just get more looks at the net. That first shot came through from Colin O'Keefe, and the rebound getting away from Donovan. You were right on, Todd. That right pad got over to the post to deny the chance in close from Diego Menace.
Medford picks it back up. There is Jacob Murdoch. That one deflected aside. Murdoch picks it up again, looking to get into the slot. That one comes off the post as James Camus put it right off the crossbar and out. And the Highlanders have got to do something to stop this Medford offense. They're getting shots in the slot. They're getting shots from the side, and rebounds are going to be coming.
Well, Highlanders, like I said, they got that first shot from the game early on, and since then, it's the Mustangs getting at least the next 7 or 8. Coming really close to opening up the scoring. James Camus, a lot of traffic out in front. Head-high offering that just goes off the crossbar.
And that's poked away. O'Keefe has it. He sends it back to the point. Now here near side, it's Pareto. Pareto scored the game winner in overtime against the Highlanders. Back to the point, comes back to Pareto. So he sends it mid-boards. O'Keefe will send it around as his shot went wide to the near side. Now, Nolan O'Keefe sent down to the ice. Highlanders trying to get to that puck. Marco Lewis will pick it up. Lewis has speed as he heads down. He will dump that in. And that gets caught up behind the Medford net. Did not bounce out. Karim Diallo gets there mid-boards. Marco Lewis as well battling, but O'Keefe will come away with it. As Nolan O'Keefe gives it here near side. Marco Lewis looking for the forecheck. Comes up empty. Costa makes him turn back. They send it to the far boards. Menace looking to control, drops it back. Good forecheck here for the Highlanders, keeping them in the Medford zone. That's going to cause the icing, and the face-off will come back down to the Medford zone. 9:23 remaining here in the first period.
Well, the Highlanders want to try and get to their forechecking game, as we've mentioned, try and make this Mustangs team have to defend, and Medford thinking they have an opportunity to alleviate some of that pressure, trying to catch O'Keefe up at the blue line. Nice job by Martel to keep him locked up, and it all leads to an icing.
As Ben DiCarlo cycled that deeper, he'll go down behind the Medford net, but they're able to clear it out. As Camus is looking for the pass in neutral ice, did not get it, dumped down by the Mustangs. Now Camus will get it. He sends it back towards the point. Picked up there by Colin Lee. Lee will cycle it around the Highlander net. Good check there by Pasquale Candelino, but he's going to be sent into the boards as he brought up the stick for the cross-check. So Candelino will head to the penalty box, and the Mustangs will have 2 minutes of man advantage against the Highlanders. So the possession will not be altering probably here soon.
Tough play for Candelino along the far boards, just trying to get physical. Highlanders trying to make more of a stand here defensively, but he catches Murdoch there with a stick to the numbers. And the Highlanders now to the penalty kill, trying to keep this scoreless, but Medford's really been pushing things here.
Medford able to win that draw as they work it around with the man advantage. At the point, you've got Nick Pareto. As Pareto gets poked there by Braden Hart. but unable to clear it out. There's the shot right there by Colin O'Keefe. It gets deflected wide, comes back to the point, where Pareto will send it back in. Now Menace sends it to the far side. Pareto at the point. Deflected in the middle there, but handled. I believe Antonelli was able to knock that one away.
That was a double doink.
That one sent in. Rebound opportunity. Nice job, Colin Donovan, as he came across and denied Menace coming in from the weak side on the rebound.
The Highlanders doing a good job to break up some of these plays that Medford's trying to set up out high here in that upper part of the umbrella. Doing a really nice job to possess the puck, but they're ultimately trying to funnel one opportunity towards goal, and they get one there. From the point, it produces a rebound, and Donovan, once again with that right pad, really good lateral movement on that push across, and he's able to deny Menace again.
As Pareto gets it at the point, Mustangs win the draw. Diallo was able to set that down, but could not clear it as Pareto kept it in.
Those are pucks that gotta get out.
And Pareto now from the point. He'll send that one in, deflected by Ben DiCarlo. Now O'Keefe will chase it down, sends it back to Pareto. Pareto fires that one in, it goes wide.
Hit his own man.
Came off of his own man. As you see, Nolan O'Keefe will get in there, trying to tip and deflect these shots from the point. So they have it on the far side. Lynn back to the point to Pareto. Pareto, 30 seconds left in the man advantage. He fires that one wide. The rebound attempt by Nolan O'Keefe hits the outside of the net, and Donovan will cover. You see what the Mustangs are doing there, shooting in from the point, Pareto, and he's got that big body of Nolan O'Keefe right in the middle there, trying to get the stick on it for a deflection. He's not worked yet, but Highlanders have got to find a way to stem that.
Yeah, Mustangs trying to find sticks out in front. They've gotten some rebounds, but looking for some tips, and Donovan's done a really nice job to anchor things here on this PK.
As that one tried to get through by Colin Lee. Good job by Braden Hart as he blocked it. But Medford able to pick it up, 12 seconds remaining in the man advantage.
Good to have him back in the lineup, isn't it, Todd? Braden
Absolutely.
Hart with what he can do, and it's not just what he can maybe provide offensively. Defensively there, the shot block.
Colin Lee sends that one towards the net. It goes wide as Sharon will send that around. Stopped there by Rosas, but unable to be cleared out as Sharon has it again. He'll fire that one towards the net, deflected up high into the glass.
Off Murdoch's stick.
Sharon once again looking for the slapper, kind of whiffed at it. And the Highlanders are able to clear as they get it out of the zone. They will go for a change. Candelino out of the box. Teams back at even strength. Camus' shot goes over the Highlander net, back into the glass. There's Candelino in, looking for the attack there, but O'Keefe was able to slow him down enough.
Did so legally there, too. Just enough to not have that stick come up around the gloves or around the arms of Candelino.
As O'Keefe will send it to the far side, tipped in by Menace. Doe sends it back to the far corner, but the Mustangs able to control. As Camus with it, or strike that, that's Menace with it. That one fired him from the point. Deflects wide, came from Nick Pareto. Now Menace once again. Skating outside, Pareto will pick it up. He'll fire that one towards the net. It gets deflected wide. Menace once again, back to Pareto here on the near side. Pareto sends that one to Colin O'Keefe. His attempt goes right through the crease. Once again, Medford, these teams are at even strength, but it looks like the Medford power play hasn't ended as the Highlanders can't get possession. Nice job by Brian O'Connell there as he's able to block that shot, but sends it right on down ice. Icing comes up, and the Highlanders will be back in their end again.
But the more important thing, Todd, they're back to even strength. Really huge penalty to get here, penalty kill to get here in this first period to keep the game scoreless, and that's a whistle he'll take right there. O'Connell fronts the shot, knows his team has been defending here for quite some time, needs to get rid of it, and now gives his team a chance to reorganize here after a really big penalty kill and another really big shift spent here in their own zone. That's something that they've got to try and find solutions to here, especially while this game is still close with goose eggs up on the board.
Antonelli passes it to Karim Diallo. Diallo dumps it in. Braden Hart looks to get it in the corner. Nice job by the Highlanders there, moving down ice.
You don't want to allow for your opponent to pull away from you here like Peabody was able to do, because once the Tanners were able to get up by 2 goals, they knew they had the Highlanders right where they wanted them, and Somerville just couldn't really muster up a response after that. Right now, the conditions of this game, they might not feel ideal, Todd, but when you look at that scoreboard, if you're a Highlander, you've got to feel good to see zeros up on that board still.
Jacob Murdoch gets whistled for that, I believe, as it was offsides.
Icing.
Oh, nope, icing. Came all the way through as icing. I thought somebody had touched it up. My apologies.
It's a close race, it looked like, into the corner. I actually didn't think that the puck was going to make it to the goal line there, but it's an icing and a rare attacking zone faceoff here for the Highlanders.
Medford able to come away with the face-off. It's coming down now. This is Menes. Tries to send that one down, looking for Colin O'Keefe, but he gets by him.
Almost found him.
Now Colin Lee, his shot gets through to Donovan, knocks it down, rebound comes back out to the point. That shot by Cameron Lind gets deflected wide. That's going to be sent down ice. Icing is waved off. Highlanders get a change behind the play as Cameron Lind picks it up for the Mustangs. 4:10 remaining in the first period as Ben DiCarlo, good job getting in there. Good attack there on the forecheck by Ben DiCarlo. We've been really impressed with Ben DiCarlo these last couple games. No doubt he's been excellent for the Highlanders.
Oh, DiCarlo's got a goal in his last 4 at least coming into tonight. And you see what happens when you can get to your forechecking game here if you're the Highlanders. It's a puck that's simply just played in deep. I know that's a phrase you hear so often in hockey, get pucks in deep, but right there the Highlanders do it. And the work from Ben DiCarlo is going to draw the holding penalty on Cameron Lind, who's going to get himself into the penalty box here. You can see him with that left arm just reaching over top of DiCarlo. And it was enough from the referee all the way out in neutral ice to see it and make the call. As
Lind not going into the box.
It's instead.
It is unknown player 23. Which
we ran into
we
this
did not
problem.
see him on ice as well. So I'm guessing this may have been a bench minor that they're doing, that they committed.
I thought I saw that there was a pretty clear penalty in
thought
behind the
so
net
too.
on DiCarlo. He was back there with Cameron Lind, but either way, regardless of who's in the box, Highlanders are going to take a power play here late in this first period, and they've relied on their power play for offense. Would be a great time to cash in here.
Braden Hart looks for the shot there, gets deflected up into the netting by James Camus. But that's what we like to see from Braden Hart. That's what we were missing against Peabody when he wasn't on the ice. He's an excellent skater and really strong on the attack.
He provides that shot-first mentality that the Highlanders desperately need in their lineup.
It's Hart now. Highlanders with the man advantage. Gives it here near side to Doe. Doe back to Hart at the point. Hart trying to get that one, but Camus got a stick on it. Now Candolino with the shot goes deflected out in front. Antonelli's shot goes wide.
That was a hot shot in onto Rudolph, who hasn't seen much of the puck until it just caught him there, straight away off the mask. Difficult to try and track it there as it came back up into the slot. Highlanders trying to get some more action here on the power play. Good start.
Candolino will dump that in. Minute 20 remaining in the man advantage. DiCarlo picks it up mid-boards on the far side, drops it to the point. That's Braden Hart. Hart just unable to collect that puck, and it's able to be poked out by Nolan O'Keefe. Braden Hart, though, using the speed, splits some Mustangs, fires that one. It goes wide to the far side. Candolino picks it up at the point. Now Candolino with it. He'll fire that one. It goes high and wide to the far side. Mustangs able to clear this one out. 50 seconds remaining in the Highlander man advantage. 2:55 remaining in the first period.
Right back up the ice with it here. Don't waste any time.
Shane Doe up ice, avoids the check, splits two Mustangs into the corner. Tries to center that one, looking for Antonelli there, but just couldn't quite come up with it. Now back the other direction. Danger there as Colin Donovan has to make the shorthanded stop. Driving in was Nick Peritto. Now Medford will pull it all the way back to their end.
Really smart by Menace there to take it all the way back out of the Highlander zone and get the clear back the other way, 200 feet. Really smart penalty killing there.
Mustangs able to change, but Candolino, he's through. He fires that one. It's deflected high. As Marco Lewis picks it up, 3 seconds remaining in the man advantage. And the teams are at even strength as the Mustangs able to kill off that Highlander power play. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the period. Teams tied at zeros.
Well, Medford definitely wants to stay out of the penalty box after that because that was the most dangerous that the Highlanders have looked offensively in this game. You could argue it's been the most dangerous they've looked offensively in the last 4 periods here played at the Vet going back to Saturday.
As Martell will send that out of the zone, but picked up by the Mustangs in neutral ice. Now Matt Costa in here on the near boards, along with Marco Lewis, poked away by Karim Diallo. Medford, though, able to control. There's Candelino yet again, right in the neutral area, able to win the puck for the Highlanders. Marco Lewis trying to get it down ice, isn't able to enter with it. Opportunity right here, tried to be dumped in by Matt Costa, just didn't quite get it in fully, and Medford able to control. Here comes Nolan O'Keefe, or strike that Carter Sharon. As Sharon, his shot comes off the left pad. Medford was changing behind, but now they have it in the zone. As there's Caden Martell stealing it away. Martell is in. He fires that one and gets deflected off the skate of Nick Perito. Braden Hart looks to pick it up mid-boards on the far side, but the Mustangs able to come away with it. Good job there by Caden Martell.
Really good shift there from Martell. Had to do a lot of defending before leading to that chance up the ice.
Nolan O'Keefe is into the attacking zone, but an offsides is going to be the call as he was led into the zone by Colin O'Keefe. So the faceoff will come out of the Highlanders zone. 34.5 seconds remaining here in the first period.
And you saw that puck drifting back up ever so slowly through the Highlanders zone, and Martell couldn't have played it any better. He didn't overcommit, fought through the contact, fought through his man, got possession of the puck, and tried to get a good look there off the wing, looking far side, but Mustangs have been able to block down the few chances that the Highlanders have been trying to get here in transition.
A couple young players we've been really impressed with, Tyler. Caden Martell as well as Marco Lewis. Marco Lewis, an 8th grader, Martell, a sophomore. So nice seeing those guys out there developing on the ice. As that puck collected in neutral ice by Doe. As Candelino tried to get the stick on it there, but gets it taken away by Nick Perito. Perito is in as he looks to get in against Donovan. Fired. That one comes off the shoulder of Donovan, I should say, from Perito. And that will do it for the first period of play as we are scoreless here at the Vet. The Highlanders showed some real good offense there in that power play situation.
Yeah, this seems like it's going to be the game where if the Mustangs are going to put the Highlanders onto the power play, those are going to be situations where the Highlanders have to come away with a goal. Right now, I don't want to say fortunate to be 0-0, but only because I think the effort here in this first period much more noticeable than it was on Saturday against the Tanners, where Highlanders just looked like they were flat on that Saturday afternoon game against Peabody. A lot more of an emotional lift here tonight with it being senior night, of course. Thought the team came out and responded well and didn't allow for themselves to be bent backwards here by this Medford team, because there were a few shifts defensively where things did look like they were going to get a little dicey, but they find a way, this team does, to hang on for some time, and time now will tell. Can they find a way to not only hang on, Todd, but get perhaps a lead in this hockey game?
Yeah, absolutely. Highlanders have that opportunity, tied up as zeros against the Mustangs. As we are here on senior night at the Vet, happy Pasquale Candelino night, and we will be back for second period coverage here on Somerville Ed TV. are back at the Vet. It is Pasquale Candelino night, senior night here at the Vet as the Highlanders celebrate the career of their lone senior, Pasquale Candelino. And they almost celebrated with a power play goal. They had a couple opportunities on their power play. Both teams able to kill off penalties in that first period, but the Highlanders looked a little more effective on their power play. Looks like something they might want to try to get again.
And this could certainly be a game where the special team swing could really determine whether or not the Highlanders can come away with a win here on home ice on this senior night. They were really strong on the penalty kill, as they were in that game Saturday against Peabody. They dug in on the kill. They scored a goal on the power play. It was a 7-1 loss, but as much as maybe we saw some of those more negative trends maybe show up at times in the defensive zone, we saw a lot more positive trends in that first period than we did really in any of the 3 periods last time out for the Highlanders. So already a much better start here on this emotional night against an opponent that you do not like and they do not like you. And so far, to have zeros up on the board after 1 period, you're in a pretty good spot, all things considered. But this is going to be a game that comes down to whether or not Somerville can beat the team to have the puck on their stick more and make more plays as a result.
As we are underway here on the second period, Highlanders looking to control as Costa sent to the ice, but he was able to get it to Candelino. Candelino will cycle it down lower as DiCarlo with a check behind the Medford net, but Medford able to clear as Jacob Murdoch comes out. Now Charlone unable to keep control of it, though. Medford has it behind the net. They send it out. Sharon, he tries the shot. Gets blocked away by the Highlander defense as DiCarlo hits Candelino. Candelino's shot is caught by Gabe Rudolph as he holds on.
Well, you know, Candelino's not going to pass up chances to shoot here, not on his night. I thought he had a couple of good looks on that power play, like we mentioned, along with Braden Hart, who's a junior for the Highlanders. Highlanders with 1 senior, and that's Candelino number 5, but 9 juniors on this roster that are going to be big parts of the senior core next year to try and continue to lead this Highlanders team along and continue the rebuild here with Coach Chris Capazzo.
As Diallo tries to steal that one away in the corner. Battling down there with Cameron Lind. Lind able to get it around the net, but there's Braden Hart waiting for it on the far side. Diallo comes in to help him as he's dealing with O'Keefe. Kicked out, and Medford controls. As a cross-ice pass to Diego Menes. He's in, and he fires that one right past Colin Donovan on the stick side. And Menes will pick up his 11th goal of the season.
And it comes early here in the second period. Mustangs able to get up the ice quickly. They have the Highlanders a bit outnumbered there at the line, and Menes, who had a few great looks denied back in the first period, uses Shane Doe this time here a little bit as a screen. Donovan trying to look around Doe to that left side, and it's that quick shot back to the stick side from Menes. Very accurate over the pad and under the blocker. A perfectly placed shot to open up the lead here for Medford.
That one dumped in by Murdoch down to the corner, picked up by Charlone. And Charlone tried to center that, knocked away. Here comes Candelino. He's got DiCarlo with him. As Candelino on the far side gets ridden off the puck, DiCarlo will come and pick it up. He gets checked as well. There's Matt Costa as Costa gets deflected out. Rosas tries the shot. It gets blocked away and sent down ice. As Caden Martell will pick it up for the Highlanders and send it near boards to DiCarlo. Here comes that Medford forecheck as they are looking to get the puck away from the Highlanders, and it looks like they've succeeded as Camus gets it back to the point. Here near side, though, knocked away by DiCarlo. As that will be cleared out by Medford and Matt Costa.
He played the puck, Todd, and that's too many men.
Matt Costa was leaving the ice surface, and the Highlanders are going to get called for too many men on the ice as the puck came right underneath him there.
That's just when you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's a puck that's being sent down the ice, and Pareto thought it was going to be icing, and it wasn't. And in almost disgust, he just turned around and went to hammer the puck up the far side. The Highlanders were in the midst of a change, and that puck was coming right up the boards, and it's hard to fault Matt Costa because he sees the puck there coming right to him, but he doesn't see the line change ongoing, or he just loses himself there in that moment. And so as a result,
Now they're going to put Chase Mobilia into the box, as well as Brian O'Connell.
what?
So 2 Highlanders in the box. Chase Mobilia, who's not played today, as well as Brian O'Connell. I did not see either of those people
Well,
involved.
if it's a bench minor,
Right.
it would be, I would think it's somebody that was on the ice that has to serve it. I'm not quite fully sure, but somebody's got to serve the bench minor. Usually a coach can elect a player off the bench
Right.
to go and serve that, but I'm not sure why there's 2 Highlanders in the box. I'm not sure why there's 2 consecutive power plays put up on the board, but the Highlanders are going to skate 5-on-3 here somehow. Or
As Antonelli is going to head back to the bench, the Highlanders are going to be stuck in a 5-on-3 situation. I'm not sure how that comes out.
So my guess is Mobilia's got to be serving the bench minor.
Right.
O'Connell must have committed some type of infraction. I did not see number 7 involved in anything. My focus was on Candolino tracking the puck down. It was hammered around that far side, and that's when the Highlanders got caught in trouble trying to make that change at the bench over along the far boards. I did not see anything, though, that would have warranted a penalty on Brian O'Connell, but nonetheless here.
I didn't see any extracurriculars or anything like that, but
It had to have been something back away from the bench, Todd, in the defensive zone. It's going to be a 5-on-3 here for Medford.
And yet there are only 4 Mustangs on the ice. Now there's the 5th coming out. It's Colin Lee. I am extremely confused why it is 5-on-3, but it is 5-on-3, and we are back underway.
There must have been some penalty behind the play involving O'Connell. Not a good spot for the Highlanders to find themselves here.
Down by 2 men for 2 minutes as it comes near side to Cameron Lind. Lind looking for the cross-ice pass into the slot. Big slapper there, goes wide of the net all the way down ice, so it's going to have to be chased down by Colin Lee as that came off the stick of Diego Menes. Now Menes will pick this up. Diego Menes, the goal scorer for Medford, into the attacking zone. 2-man advantage for the Mustangs. Menes around the Highlander net. Drops it back to the point to Lind. Lind here near side. Actually, Lind now has it. Lind fires that one in. O'Keefe is on the doorstep. Donovan able to stop that one. Donovan able to kick that one aside as O'Keefe got a look at it. Now Lee sends that one in. Comes off of Donovan's pads. Cleared out to the far near side. Now O'Keefe with it. Gets it back to Lee. Now Lind back to Lee. Lee fires that one in. O'Keefe is right on the doorstep. Donovan will squeeze the pads and hold on. 51 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Highlanders holding on.
It's just relentless from the Mustangs, and when you're in a situation like a 5-on-3, you're seeing nothing but green lights. It's everybody in on the attack. Highlander penalty kill doing a good job to not chase and to not get out of structure there. 51 seconds, though, still a long ways to go.
As Medford takes the draw. That one fired wide of the net by Colin O'Keefe.
Donovan never saw that one.
Ends up on the far boards. They bring it here near side. Lind has it. Lind fires that one, and it gets deflected wide by O'Keefe in front of the net.
I think that hit Shane Doe's stick as well. It might have been another double deflection.
Now Lind once again gets it back to Perito. His Perito is in now. There's Menes. He will send it back to Perito at the point. 20 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. That's set in, and Donovan will hold on to it with O'Keefe waiting there on the doorstep. 18 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Highlander penalty kill, doing what they need to do right now.
And this would be an even bigger stand than the one they were able to make back in the first period when this was still a scoreless game. When you've got a player like O'Keefe who leads the team with 27 points, posted up at the net front, dangerous option for the Mustangs to go to, and Donovan did a really nice job to hold on to that puck.
As Perito fires that one in, Donovan was able to knock it clean, and then Doe cleared it away as the captain got it out of the attacking zone.
Big save, big clear, and a big kill as a pair of Highlanders are out of the box, and they somehow come out unscathed, 5-on-3.
Back at equal strength as O'Keefe gets it into the attacking zone. He'll backhand it deeper behind the Highlander net, but now Medford's got to get the change, so the Highlanders have the advantage.
Got to find a way to generate momentum at the other end of the ice.
As Rosas absolutely hammered there by Evan Charlone. Medford working their way through neutral ice, poked away there. I think Shane Doe got the stick on it. As Peritto circles back, sends it cross ice. Pass into the neutral zone, knocked into the attacking zone by the Mustangs. Near corner, turned around by Murdoch as he goes behind the net with it. Murdoch has it there behind the net, tried to serve it out. Goes back to the point. There's Peritto. Peritto gets blocked. Opportunity possibly here for Ben DiCarlo as he made a great block there. Good job ranging back though, and now back the other direction. A shot attempt by Charlone gets blocked to the side by Donovan.
Too bad for Ben DiCarlo. You make the play there in your own zone defensively, and he had the legs trying to exhaust everything he had left in the reserve, and that puck just did not take a friendly angle for him to try and skate onto it for a breakaway.
As Pasquale into the attacking zone, bounces it off the boards to himself, turns, fires. Oh, DiCarlo is stoned.
What a stop.
By Rudolph on the doorstep.
What a stop. Right toe fully extended, Todd. He just robbed Ben DiCarlo of a goal.
As Medford trying to get it through neutral ice, but Pasquale Candelino picks it up. He's got speed into the zone. He's got Antonelli and Diallo in front of the net. Antonelli back behind the net now, battling for it. Gets sent to the ice. Good check there by Diallo as he will take it. Antonelli looks to pick it up. Tried to be cleared out and unable to be held in by Caden Martell at the point. Medford able to get a change behind. Under 9 minutes remaining in the period.
Outfitting the best opportunity for the Highlanders in this game, set up by Pasquale Candelino. What a stop, though, by Rudolph with that right toe, as Shane Doe just couldn't reach around him.
As Diego Menez tried to get that one past Antonelli. Antonelli wouldn't allow it. He clears it away. Braden DeHart trying to nullify the icing, but not quite able to get down there in time. 8:32 remaining here in the second period. Highlanders trail by 1 after the goal by Diego Menez. Don't forget, this is senior night here at the Vet. We've got senior night coming up on the hardwood. Girls senior night will be against Mauldin Catholic. That will be February 12th at 6 o'clock Thursday, February 12th. Boys senior night will be 7 o'clock on Friday the 13th. Friday, February 13th against Framingham. As Kevin Scott, Jeff Argenziano will have the call of that game here on Somerville Ed TV. Myself and Jack Conley will have the call of the girls game here on Somerville Ed TV. Make sure you have mashed your buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Get those notifications so you know when we have live coverage like we do right now. As Highlanders will control this one, sent around by Rosas and out. Controlled by Medford. That got through clean to Donovan as he had to use the stick to clear it away. Now Lind. Cross ice, gives it to Peritto. Peritto sends it down, O'Keefe has it. And there's Menez cutting in. His shot goes wide. Now Lind back to Menez as he tries to slap her and whiffs on it. Now O'Keefe will send it back across ice. Menez diving in. Will get it back to the point. Lind's shot goes wide of the net. That one gets through from the far point from Peritto. And Donovan has to make the stop as he will hold on. 7:48 remaining in the second period.
Once again, Nolan O'Keefe positioned right out in front of the net to try and set that presence, and Donovan does a really good job to see through that screen and cover up, but on the chance prior, put wide stick side, Diego Menez. He's been a menace on the ice tonight,
Yes,
Todd.
he has been.
What a knack for finding those open seams in the attacking zone, and he's had several quality looks at the net, and they all haven't been on target, fortunately for the Highlanders.
As Diallo tried to collect that in neutral ice, now Doe will, as Doe tries to break into the attacking zone but loses the puck. Now that one sent into the zone by Ryan Antonelli, another young 8th grader playing. Doe prevents it from leaving the zone, and Braden Hart will get the check so the Highlanders get the puck back. Antonelli, though, unable to really get it down ice, able to be dumped back in by Jacob Murdoch. Handled this time by Kyle Antonelli as he will send it on down ice. And that will go for the icing. 7:08 remaining here in the second period. Highlanders trailing 1-0 to the Mustangs.
I would have liked to seen Antonelli maybe take a few strides forward out of his own zone. Came all the way back to make a nice play. You come up with the puck, you might as well take a skate with it back up the ice. Don't just settle for a 150-foot or so clear here and have to now put yourself in a position for a defensive zone faceoff.
Good win there by Candelino in the defensive zone. Rosas tries to clear it away, but he gets checked. That gets through on Donovan. He's able to knock that down. Rebound came out front, cleared away by the Highlanders, and here comes Candelino with speed as he dekes between two Mustangs. Tries to line up the shot. Good job from behind as Colin O'Keefe was able to poke that puck away. Now Lind will pick this up. Good skating defenseman here for the Mustangs as he skates into the attacking zone. He gets checked off the puck, though. Picked up by Candelino. Big hit there on Candelino. And O'Keefe will pick it up in neutral ice.
That was Menes who lined him up there. Just as
Sent
Candelino
in.
was delivering that puck away, got caught on the train tracks.
As Rosas gets the hit there on Murdoch. Hits are getting crisper here. As that puck deflected out of the zone. Candelino trying to get control, and he will for a second. As he tries to dump it down deeper, but cleared away by Camus. 5:57 remaining. It's an icing call. This will come back all the way down into the Medford zone as the Highlanders trying to get on the attack here, showing a bit more offense in this period, and a great job fighting off that 5-on-3 earlier, hopefully building that momentum.
Yeah, trying to take some momentum out of that big kill, that big stand made earlier. You're still in this hockey game here, down 1-0, and the Mustangs know that because with how they've been checking Candelino here tonight, they know if he can get loose for just that one shot, if it gets through, this game could get tied up. They've done a nice job checking the Highlanders senior.
Braden Hart tried to clear it out. It was held on for a moment by Peritto, but it was cleared out then.
And Todd, you go back to that one time Candelino was able to get open a bit and create a chance. Nearly led to that tying opportunity from Ben DiCarlo. Still thinking about that save from Rudolph. He has not had much action here tonight, but that one save could very well be the difference in this game tonight.
As that puck gets through to Donovan, he had to stick it aside. Doe now picks it up. Doe looking to skate down ice, will pick it up off the boards and dump it in. Highlanders get a change. As Diallo over there, trying to get it. Doe holds it in. Doe will fire this one high and wide of the net. Antonelli will dump it, cycle it down further. Now the Mustangs will get control. Long pass down. Good job by Caden Martell as he had good positioning to get that pass knocked away as they were trying to get it down. Looking for, I believe, I believe that's 19, Colin O'Keefe, who was breaking down ice. Good job by Caden Martell defensively there. So faceoff comes out of the Highlander end. 4:40 remaining here in the second period.
Yeah, that long outlet caught the skates of Martell right at the Highlander blue line. That's why the faceoff comes outside the zone here, offside. Mustangs once again trying to see if they can sneak some forwards in behind this Highlander defense.
As the two O'Keefes into the attacking zone.
So the Highlanders get a shot in, but make no mistake, Nolan O'Keefe was in first there with his stick on the glove of the goaltender Donovan, and the only player to go is going to be Caden Martell for that retaliatory shot, and that is the way this game, for as long as I've been around it, has always seemingly been policed. The reactionary shot is always the one to be picked up if the original one is not called. But in this case, it actually does look like they got both of them here.
They did get both, as a matter of fact, absolutely. As we will be at even strength. Offsetting penalties for all intents and purposes. One in the box from each team.
Because Martell's only responding there in that instance because of the stick work from O'Keefe coming in, so.
As Lynn fires that one. And
No.
it goes wide, did not go in the net. As it bounced off of Donovan, I think Camus was coming in and did not get that cleanly into the net.
That was a really deceptive shot off the draw. It almost was fluttering up and over the shoulder of Donovan. I did not hear a post, but I also didn't quite see it go into the net there, into that top corner.
As it comes out of neutral ice into the Highlanders zone. Great job there by Donovan as Charlone was cutting through the crease, or I should say the slat, and put that right on Donovan as he slid right in front of it. Great save by Colin Donovan. Been talked about it all year. This freshman has kept the Highlanders in more games than I can count.
And he's doing that again here tonight. What a stop there. To not have much time to get out necessarily, to cut down any angle on the shooter. You're just relying on positioning there. And right along the goal line, he's able to seal things down on Charlone, who's not going to get a much better look there from right on top.
Here on the near point, fired in by Chiron. As Chiron went wide, now there's Pareto. Pareto fires that one, and I believe it was deflected. We'll see who that comes. It was fired in by Pareto. He's leading the high fives, the fist bumps along the bench of the Mustangs. So I think Pareto got that through clean and got it by Colin Donovan.
That may have gone off a Highlander on its way through past Donovan with how that puck just dipped past him on the glove hand side. Looks like the Mustangs are going to pick up a penalty here after the goal because there were some words exchanged to the Highlander bench.
As Pareto will go. His celebration after the goal deemed to be a bit too much. So the Highlanders will have the opportunity with the man advantage, although now they trail 2-0 after the Pareto goal.
You flash back to that last opportunity, similar play. Face-off win, shot comes through from distance. Maybe it hit off of somebody, maybe it didn't, but the direction of the puck, not a conventional one on its way through. Mustangs thought they took a 2-0 lead just a shift or two ago. That one, no doubter from Pareto as he gets it through the traffic. Islanders are down a pair here late in this second period. They've got to find a way to pull one back here now, though, on the power play. If Pareto wants to go running the mouth over by the bench, no better way to make him pay than coming right back with a power play goal.
No doubt about that as the Highlanders take the draw. Candelino is in for the Highlanders with the man advantage. He pulls it back, gives it to Doe at the point. As the captain surveys the scene. Drops it to Candelino. Pasquale looking for an opening. Gives it back to Doe. Doe will fire that one through. Goes wide as Ben DiCarlo was lurking there looking for the pass. And Medford able to clear that one out. I don't think DiCarlo got a clean look at that or a clean touch on it.
It was a tight window, too. He was right along the goal line, but great patience between Candelino and Doe. Everyone wants them to shoot, but you see why they don't there as they try and set that look up.
Doe's got the speed. He sends it through the slot there, but DiCarlo unable to pick it up. Now Hart brings it near side to Candelino. Back to Hart at the point. Hart tries the shot, gets deflected. Candelino gives it to Antonelli, but Doe took the shot instead and just not able to get it cleanly hit.
Two Highlanders bunching up there in the slot. Who's going to get to it, Antonelli or Doe? And neither of them could decide in time.
As Doe tipped that one, tried to dump it in, wasn't able to. Medford able to clear it out as Cameron Lynn cleans it out. 45 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Deflection flew up into the air. Colin Donovan had to get it with his glove. Now Braden Hart gives that one off to Shane Doe as the captain comes through neutral ice. He'll drop it far side to Candelino. Whistle sounds as I believe they were offsides on that one. Face-off will come out of the Medford zone. 2:10 remaining in the second period. 31 seconds remaining in the Highlander power play.
A really precious 31 seconds, too, at that. Need possession off this draw. You need a quick entry here.
Medford able to win this draw. And They bring it back, collect it up, send it on down ice. Donovan has to address it. 2 minutes remaining in the period, 20 seconds in the man advantage. Candolino picks it up, sends it to Marco Lewis on the near boards, back to Candolino on the far side. Candolino will break into the zone, drop it behind him to Diallo. Diallo fires that one just wide. I don't know if Rudolph got any of it with the far side. Candolino, mid boards, dumps it down deeper to Diallo. Diallo gives it to Costa. Costa mid-boards. Gets turned around, dumps it down deeper to Diallo. As it's battling along the boards, the penalty expires. The teams are at even strength. 1:25 remains in the period, and the whistle sounds on the icing. Medford with the 2-0 lead. Face-off will come back to the Medford zone with 1:22 remaining in the period. Don't forget, we've got huge basketball action coming up tomorrow, Tuesday the 3rd. Everett will be in at Broome Fieldhouse. Both teams in third place, tied for third place in the GBL. Highlanders would like to get the win as they are already in the playoffs on the hardwood. Whistle sounds, 1:19 remaining in the period. Face-off will come back to the Medford zone as the Mustangs lead this one 2-0.
Little time here in this second period. Consecutive icings. Although in high school you are allowed to change, so icings don't necessarily add up the same way, but gives you a chance to grab possession here in the attacking zone. You've been able to build a little bit more of that here in this second period. See if you can get one back here before the break.
Islanders would love to get one back here. Antonelli will win this one back to Doe. Doe gets it deeper. Antonelli looks to cycle it down further past Braden Hart. As it comes back to the point, Doe holds it in, sends it across to the younger Antonelli, who cannot hold it in, unfortunately, and Colin O'Keefe is in. Fires that one, hits the glove, goes wide. It's Colin O'Keefe behind the net, drops it off, back to the point. As that one got through clean, had to be handled by Donovan. That one fired in, and Donovan will make the catch as he holds on to it in his glove. Carter Sherrod got that shot in as it went straight through. 46 seconds remaining in the period. Highlanders down by 2.
Well, once again, you just see how quickly Medford's able to get up to their game offensively. Quick transitions. They've been a step or two quicker to the puck here for most of the night. But the Highlanders keeping things close to the vest here. A big final 46 seconds.
As Lind looks for that shot, gets blocked by Candolino. Candolino, of course, a senior night, the lone senior on the team as we celebrate his career. That blocked by Donovan. And now DiCarlo is out with it. He's got speed into the attacking zone. He's got Braden Hart breaking down the slot. Hart whiffed on that one, did not get a clear look at it. He keeps control, though, into the corner. Spins away. Tries to fire that one past Rudolph, but from a tough angle, Rudolph able to stop it. Now Martel pinching down. Kept in by Doe on the far point. Back down Martel trying to collect it, but unable to. Kept in once again, and Braden Hart will fire that one towards the net, but that will do it for the second period of action as the goal put in by Nick Pareto for the Mustangs. They lead 2-0 now after 2 periods of play, Tyler.
What Medford wants, separation on the scoreboard. They get the game-opening goal early in the second period, and they were able to ride out on that 1-goal lead for most of that middle stanza, despite having the 5-on-3 power play sandwiched in between. The Highlanders specialty teams have been a strength here tonight. The penalty kills really come through. It's allowed for them to keep the game close. Obviously, Colin Donovan playing a large factor in that role on the penalty kill, but also at even strength, too. He's doing his job in the net. We saw the save in particular that he came up with on Evan Charlone late in that second period when this was a 2-0 game. He's doing his job back there to keep this game close, and the Highlanders now Can they just find a way to at least pop in one? You want to get one back on this board here sooner rather than later,
Yeah.
so you can try and make this a hockey game in the third.
No doubt about it. Highlanders had a huge kill of a 5-on-3 during that period, but unfortunately trailing 2-0 as we move towards the third, and we will have that third period here for you on Somerville Ed TV in a moment. are back at the Veterans Memorial Ice Rink in Somerville as the Mustangs lead the Highlanders 2-0. We move towards the third period here on Somerville Ed TV. Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Orrego. Tyler, the Highlanders killed off a 5-on-3. Their special teams has been very good tonight, but they're looking up and they see themselves down 2-0. Possession, possession, possession. They've got to hold the puck.
Yeah, they've got to find a way here in this third period to give themselves a chance in this game to have the puck more on their stick, to be able to attack more as a one-man unit with all 5 guys trying to get involved in the attacking zone. But there's areas in this game where they can certainly draw inspiration from. Special teams-wise, they've been up to the task against a talented Medford team, especially on the penalty kill in net. Once again, they've been up to the task. Colin Donovan's been excellent through 2 periods. You just got to continue to get the saves. While on the other end, trying to force Gabe Rudolph into really having to work if he wants to earn the win and the shutout.
Rudolph had an incredible stop against Ben DiCarlo in the second period. That kept it a 2-goal lead for the Mustangs as we are underway in the third period. 15 minutes left in this one. As Doe will dump that one in for the Highlanders. Here's DiCarlo, or I strike that, Candolino. DiCarlo on the mid-boards. He'll cycle it deeper. Costa will come over and try to get hold of it, but is unable to. And now Medford back the other direction with speed. Breaking in is Charlone. Lost it for a second. Fired wide of the net. Held in at the point by Peritto. Now the Highlanders able to get control, but Candolino can't receive the pass. Costa, good job there as he keeps control, gets into the area, fires it wide of the net. Medford looking to get control there. The 2 14s meet in front of us, Doe and Charlone. As Marco Lewis able to clear it out, but Charlone gets the tip into the zone. Now Braden Hart. Hart with speed through the neutral zone. Gets taken away though, as Charlone now back the other direction is in against the Highlanders. Shoots, blocked by Donovan.
Used his head to make the save.
He's a heady player. From the point, that goes in. O'Keefe gets control, fires it to the far side. Now Lewis trying to break through, stealing that away from Lind, fires it towards the net. Rudolph will shepherd it off to the side, where it will be picked up by Medford behind the net. As they try to clear it out, they are able to. Down ice, Diego Menes. He has been a menace. As Menes sends it here to the near side, Colin Lee will cycle it down. Big hit against the boards by Braden Hart, but Diego Menes fires that one right by Colin Donovan from the point. As he picks up his second goal of the game. The Highlanders wanted the early goal here in the third. It's the Mustangs who come away with it.
Just like he was able to do early in the second, Menace this time, 1:57 into the third, going to help the Mustangs expand to a 3-0 lead as he just once again finds the open spots out in the attacking zone. He had swung all the way back out into neutral ice before rejoining things in the attacking zone for the Mustangs. He gets himself open for that quick shot. It's clean, it's accurate. But the Highlanders that time on that shift getting a little too hit happy there. You had Braden Hart chasing around, looking to lay a big hit. Guy's not in position, and it's how that ice opens up.
So Highlanders now down by 3. Camus into the area. Blocked by Donovan as he fired that forehand. Sent in from the point by Peritto. Deflected wide. Mid-boards handled by the Mustangs as they bring it back to the point to Peritto. Peritto dekes by Candolino. Unable to get the shot up there as Pasquale's going to get whistled for the trip as he got the stick into the skates there of Peritto. So Candolino will head to the bench, and we'll see those Highlander special teams on the penalty kill yet again. They'll be down a man for the next 2.
It's been a situation they found themselves in too many times, you could say, here tonight, and now down by 3. Not where you want to be early in this third period to give your opponent a chance to further add to their lead.
Pareto gets it at the point. He'll fire that one in, gets deflected off of Antonelli's stick, up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the Highlander end, 12:10 remaining in the game. Minute 53 remaining in the man advantage for the Mustangs.
Good stick by Antonelli, knowing where to go after the face-off is lost. Mustangs have loved to work that possession out high along the blue line. They've tried to funnel a lot of their shots through from up top. And Antonelli gets a good stick into the lane.
As O'Keefe wins that one for the Mustangs. Bringing it over here near side, Pareto. Pareto gives that one off. O'Keefe fires it. That's Colin O'Keefe. It goes wide. Now Menez with it. Diego Menez, got to keep an eye on him. 2 goals in this game as he looks to line it up. Tries to squeeze it through. Braden Hart is able to stop it and send it down ice. Minute 30 remaining in the man advantage for the Mustangs. Now Pareto leaves it. Lewis, I strike that. Kyle Antonelli right there. As Antonelli unable to get control, though. Nice job mucking things up, though, and taking seconds off the clock. The Mustangs now driving into the zone. That's Minnis as he is ridden away by Shane Doe, but is picked up by O'Keefe. O'Keefe now has it. Sends it over to Lynn. Lynn will fire that one, goes wide to the near side, comes out to Peretta at the point. Peretta cycles it down to Minnis. Minnis mid-boards, tries to hit the cutting Lind. It gets by him off the boards. And DiCarlo able to send it down ice. 37 seconds remaining in the man advantage. The puck comes out. Diallo has it here right in front of us, but couldn't quite clear it away as Pareto breaks into the zone. That shot fired high by Colin O'Keefe. As the puck squirts all the way down behind the Medford net. 17 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Mustangs.
Highlanders just continuing to be effective on the penalty kill, knowing when to be aggressive, getting the pucks a little bit easier actually, and getting those clears.
As they tried to get Jacob Murdoch. He's now mid-board surveying the situation. Tried to fire it in there. Donovan got a stick on it. Now Lynn avoids the check from Rosas. His centering attempt blocked by Diallo. Teams are at equal strength here. The penalty to the Highlanders is over. Candelino back out. They bring it near side to Lynn. Lynn looks to line it up, blocked by Braden Hart. Diallo with the check, but Murdoch able to cycle it deeper. Nice move there by Charlone as he gets it out in front. Murdoch unable to get a clear shot at it. The Highlander defense was there to check him. 9:30 remaining in the game. The Highlanders need to build some offensive attack, trailing by 3. As Shane Doe tried to drop that to Braden Hart. Hart unable to connect with it, so it gets through to Rudolph. Highlander forecheck, led by Ben DiCarlo, forces them to cycle it back to the near side.
He's often who is leading the way on the forecheck. And DiCarlo hasn't gotten on the score sheet yet. Highlanders still looking for that first goal, but DiCarlo's been really effective trying to get something going there in the forechecking department.
Candelino deflected that pass attempt, but the Mustangs ended up with it as they go far side. Deke attempt there, but Caden Martell able to knock it away. They get it forward to Matt Costa. Costa into the attacking zone, gets sent down. Candelino picks up the puck. Candelino tries to send it back to the point, but it gets out. Delayed penalty as Costa was able to pick it up, so the Highlanders have a man advantage here, 6-on-5. It's Candelino looking to keep control of the puck here with that man advantage, get some sort of attack on. Candelino into the attacking zone. Fires that one, it's deflected up into the netting. So the Highlanders will have a man advantage for the next 2 minutes, 8:27 remaining in the game. Highlanders need to get on the board, and here's a good opportunity.
Well, you gotta cash in at some point on the power play, and it's gotta come here if it hasn't happened already for the Highlanders, down 3-0. At the very least, you don't want to get shut out. You never want to get shut out at home, and certainly not on senior night. So with Pasquale Candelino out there to lead this power play, all eyes turn to number 5 to see if he can get that patented shot of his through and try and find the back of the net here for the Highlanders.
Carter Sharon into the sin bin. Medford able to clear the zone. Candelino will lead this attack as he carries it, drops it off. Doe, the captain, into the attacking zone. Drops it back to Candelino at the point. Candelino far side. That's Braden Hart. Braden Hart having a hard time keeping it in as Charlone's able to get it away from him. Tried to pass that one forward looking for Camus. And the whistle sounds. Face-off will come back out to center ice. 1:30 remaining on the Medford penalty. 7:56 left in the game. Highlanders really need to get something on this power play, trailing 3-0. We've seen they can score in bunches. They scored 2 goals in a 40-second span against Boston Latin at the end of the first period, so we know they can do it. They've got to score some quick ones here.
You need the power play here to help serve as a springboard to try and get you back into this game, get you on the board.
Antonelli used his body to keep it in. There's DiCarlo, and that shot blocked. Good job going down to the ice surface there and blocking DiCarlo's attempt. 1:12 remaining in the penalty as Candelino will bring it up for the Highlanders.
That was Menez defensively.
As Braden Hart tries to get by Charlone, unable to. Or that was Colin O'Keefe, strike that. That one fired in by Candelino. Rudolph sends it wide. DiCarlo looks to collect it behind the net. Out to Shane Doe. Doe fires that one. Deflected out front by Menez. Candelino picks it up in the corner. He'll bring it around. Drops it behind, looking for Ben DiCarlo. DiCarlo picks it up. DiCarlo comes out, sends it back to the point to Braden Hart. Hart fires that one in there, and Rudolph is able to hold on as it came up into his glove. 28 seconds remaining in the penalty. 6:55 left in the game, but we're having another Mustang head into the box.
It's going to be a slashing penalty. Ben DiCarlo had the stick chopped out of his hand right out in front. You put yourself in good positions, and it leads to penalties being drawn, and the Highlanders are going to have 28 seconds of 5-on-3 time to work with.
Islanders able to kill a 5-on-3 situation in the second period for a full 2 minutes. Medford needs to hold on for 28 seconds of this 5-on-3. Then the Highlanders will have the man advantage beyond that for 1:32. Timeout is being taken by head coach Chris Capazzo for the Highlanders. Wants to talk things over before this critical 5-on-3. Highlanders down by 3, need to get one in behind Rudolph.
Well, and you only get one timeout in hockey, so, and you can't take them with you, so you might as well use it here with 6:55 to go in the third. You're down by 3. Senior night here at the Vet. You're trying to turn this game back around in short order here, and this is the opportunity to do so. The execution, we talked about it back on Saturday afternoon. It just simply wasn't there in any facet of the game for the Highlanders. They've shown a little bit more of a capability here to compete, to dig into this game. You don't want to get down 3-0 and have to try and dig out of a 3-goal hole, but if opportunities are going to present themselves in the form of a 5-on-3, that's the time to come together as a group and come up with your best possible play, your best possible setup to try and get at least one on the board right now. That's all you're looking for, is one, and ideally in 28 seconds.
Islanders, lots of home ice games coming up here at the Vet. On Friday, we will be back here at the Vet. Everett will be in to face off against the Highlanders. Highlanders looking for revenge as Everett got the best of them at Everett earlier this year. That will be at 4:30 on Friday the 6th. That's an early start, 4:30 on Friday, February 6th. We'll have coverage here on Somerville NTV. Make sure you mash your buttons and you get those notifications as we've got 28 seconds of 5-on-3 for the Highlanders to do something with. Antonelli in the face-off circle. And the Mustangs able to clear it out immediately. Candelino will scale back to pick it up.
Got to move with urgency here.
As you see, Pasquale knows that. The senior, he's quickly into the zone. Fires that one. Rudolph holds on and looked for a second like he didn't know whether he had it, but he did as he holds on to it. Face-off stays in the Medford zone. 11 seconds in the 5-on-3.
Good urgency from Candelino right on cue. 11 seconds now remaining in the 5-on-3. He wastes no time on that right wing side, letting the shot go. Rudolph, though, right to his chest, able to make that stop.
As Doe jumping in. Looked like Antonelli might have been able to get that and skated right by it. Held in well by Candolino at the point. Now Pasquale fires that one. Comes off the left pad of Rudolph, wide of the net. Medford able to clear that one out. 5-on-3 is over. Teams are 5-on-4 for 1:19. Candolino out of the Highlander end. Drops it back to Doe. Doe forward to Ben DiCarlo. DiCarlo gets checked off it, but Candolino there to hold on. Mid boards here. Doe looks to hold it in. He does. Is that sent across by Antonelli? There's Braden Hart. Rudolph with the stop. And there's the score off the rebound as Braden Hart puts it behind Rudolph. Power play goal for number 11.
They're on the board now if you're the Highlanders. Braden Hart following up the chance as things look like they were broken down on that power play shift. But Shane Doe in that near side circle steps forward and lays a beautiful, subtle backhand pass across the crease. Hart stopped on the first offering, but finds a way to stash it underneath Rudolph. Another power play goal for the Highlanders. And it's got them on the board here with 5:48 to go.
5:48 remaining in the game. Highlanders down by 2 goals. They'd like lightning to strike again for the Highlanders as they trail by 2. Dumped in by the Mustangs. Is Martel looking to handle it. Menace right there, but he gets taken away. Antonelli with speed down ice as he chases it all the way down, sends it towards the center. Nice job there by Lind as he was able to handle that pass attempt. Lind now all the way down ice. He looks for the shot, fires that one, gets by Donovan off the cross post.
Bar down and out. Second close shave for Medford here tonight.
As Menace will get control of it out of the Medford zone. Spins and fires it into the Highlander end. Antonelli battling there with Colin O'Keefe in the corner. Colin O'Keefe came away with it. O'Keefe fires that one.
Still loose.
Blocked by Donovan, still loose as he gets the glove on top of it. As Charlone was moved away from that very effectively. And Donovan able to get the glove on it and cover it up. 4:53 remaining. Highlanders down by 2.
You need the battle factor there from your goaltender. Donovan possesses plenty of that. His rebound control is so good, but it's his ability to track those pucks that do get away from him. Even more impressive as he gets the tie up there.
Candolino able to get that out of the zone for the Highlanders. Dumped in by Medford. Doe picks it up. He'll go behind the Highlander net, try to clear it up to Candolino. Candolino unable to get the touch on that. Yes, he did.
I didn't think he did, Todd, and it looked like they were going to call that icing. Last moment, waved off.
DiCarlo will dump it in for the Highlanders. Candolino looks to get it mid-boards. He's checked off. Medford able to get control. Some pass comes across to Jacob Murdoch. Murdoch through neutral ice and into the attacking zone. Fires that one and puts it by Colin Donovan. Jacob Murdoch picking up the goal for the Mustangs as he came in, snapped that shot right off. I don't think Donovan thought the shot was coming at that point in time.
It just didn't look like he had time to pick it up there. I think it's another sequence where the Mustangs are able to use the Highlanders as a bit of a screen here. And Martel got beat out in neutral ice. He couldn't get to that puck, and the Highlanders, despite having numbers back, they almost back up too much on top of Donovan and allow for Jacob Murdoch to step forward with that shot. It's through Shane Doe, through Donovan, and right through to the back of the net. First goal of the season for Jacob Murdoch, who had 11 assists on the campaign prior.
So Murdoch gets the goal, his first of the season, to go with his 11 assists on the season. Highlanders find themselves down 3 yet again.
Power play coming up here. And I would pull my goaltender, or at least consider it, if I was Coach Capazzo. I think ideally you'd like to score here on this power play, make it a 2-goal game before you think about pulling your goaltender, but it looks like Coach Capazzo, with no timeout to spare here, is going to pull the goaltender, Colin Donovan, and the Highlanders are going to skate 6-on-4 here. I think that's the right play to make.
Coach Capazzo joining you in the strategy of pulling the goalie. 3:49 remaining. Highlanders will have 6 skaters on the ice against 4 for the Mustangs as the net is empty behind. Highlanders take the draw. It gets out to Shane Doe. Doe will pinch down. Tries to feather that through off of Rudolph. Diallo was right in front of the net, but Rudolph did a nice job standing firm and stopping that rebound attempt by Diallo. He holds on. Face-off stays in the Medford end. Minute 52 remaining in the Highlander power play.
Doe working down the boards there, just trying to put something towards goal. Looking for a rebound, looking for a tip, and he almost connected with Diallo.
Doe gets it clean. Fires that one, Rudolph. Able to smother it as Doe came in looking short side on that glove side of Rudolph. But Rudolph able to smother that and hold on. Minute 47 left in the power play.
And right as Doe fired that shot from the near point, Rudolph just looked back over to his left around the traffic, got a clean eye to that shot and was able to glove it. Nice job to track it down there with a lot of bodies out in front.
Is Medford able to win that one? Minnes will send it down. Empty net on the other end for the Highlanders, just goes wide of it.
They can ice it with impunity here, Todd. Remember that, they're shorthanded.
As Minnes looking for the hat trick. He'll take an empty netter for the Hattie. Mid boards, Highlanders looking to control. There's Candelino, he's got it. Fires that one towards the net, Rudolph. Standing tall, able to make the stop and control the rebound. Rudolph hasn't been tested a lot tonight. He's being tested on this power play, no question about it, and he's meeting that test right now. Minute 17 remaining in the Highlander advantage.
The Highlanders really only have one chance at even strength that stands out, and it's the chance that DeCarlo had back in the second when this was a 1-0 hockey game.
As this is sent down ice by the Mustangs from the corner, and that will go into the empty net. 5-1 is the Medford lead. See who added to that goal. I don't know who hit that out of the corner. May have been O'Keefe.
Yeah, it looked like it was O'Keefe from well deep in his own zone along the near side boards, and that's the risk you take when you're down 3 late in a hockey game. You're on the power play. You know you've got to be aggressive. You've got to pull the goaltender out here. All hands on deck, 6-on-4. Mentioned how the Mustangs, in that situation, you can clear the puck down as much as you want.
Yep.
With no icings to be a threat. No threat of an icing there, though. Nolan O'Keefe, he hits his spot, 9th goal of the season. Player approaching 30 points this year with still about a month to play in this season.
Is that one dumped in by the Highlanders off the Medford stick? Marco Lewis in the corner.
Still on the power play here.
Still a man advantage for the Highlanders, but Medford able to come out with the puck, fires it onto Donovan. Now Camus here mid-boards with the forecheck. Costa will pick it up, sends it over. Martel drops that one to Pereira. Chris Pereira getting some ice time right now. As Coach Capazzo getting into his bench a bit. Lind with Martel on him. As Pereira will send it deeper. 2:05 remains in the game. Costa from the midboard sends that one behind the Medford net. Pereira in the corner will send it out to Rosas at the point. Rosas, soft touch, gets easily picked up there, and into the attack is Sharon. As his shot blocked by Rosas, and we've got action behind.
This is where you need to find a way to cool things down here.
As
Martel and Lind should both be shown to the locker room.
Lind and Martel battling back behind along the Medford blue line, well behind the play.
Yep.
We'll see what the referees choose to do. When these two teams met at Medford, there was a situation in that game where 2 players were asked to leave the ice surface and thrown out of the game, one from each team. Could be a situation like that here as well. Like we noted, these two teams plain don't like each other on the ice.
And we mentioned there were going to be a wide variety of emotions coming into this game, and how would the Highlanders respond to that emotional test after the loss here on Saturday, 7-1 to Peabody. I know the scoreboard doesn't really reflect in a great light for the Highlanders right now at 5-1, but in the spirit of things, they've been much more engaged in this game. They've shown some bite and some pushback. And we've seen them been able to execute at least on special teams. The penalty kill, 4 for 4 tonight. Power play converts for a goal again here on home ice, but it's a matter of figuring things out right now at even strength for this team, Todd. How can they, not just as a line of forwards, but as a 5-man unit, try and come together to be more cohesive and to try and generate more for this Highlander team before the season comes to a close. It's a work in progress still. And we've seen that throughout a couple of these games here at the Vet this season.
As Candelino with the puck gets into the zone. Braden Hart had to clear as he had entered the zone previous to the puck.
And I really want to give the officials credit there for not allowing anything to further develop out of that scrum.
Candelino has it in the corner. Candelino cycles it behind the net. Put out in front by DiCarlo. Rudolph right there. I don't know whether it got through to Braden Hart for the shot, though. As Rosas trying to get control. Taps it forward. Here comes Ben DiCarlo. As Ben DiCarlo is in, he'll fire that one. Great job coming in from behind. Colin Lee got the stick out there and was able to block it above the goal into the netting. 1:04 remains in the game. Highlanders down by 4.
Still fighting. Still trying to fight away here on this senior night game. Ben DiCarlo trying to set up Braden Hart for perhaps a chance at his second. Good stick still around the Medford crease here late. Up by 4, they haven't let any of their details slip.
Rosas unable to keep that in. All the way back, Matt Pinero will pick it up. Pinero unable to clear. Gets through to Donovan as Derek Paparo out on the ice as well. Medford going deep into their bench, getting their freshmen out there. As Rosas working behind the net, sent around by Robert Morin for Medford. As Candelino tries to control out of the zone. Not quite able to. Rosas and Sherblum getting into it, as are Paparo and Candelino. Whistles sound. 26 seconds left in this game.
You don't need anything else to happen here tonight. 26 seconds to go. That's all you've got to get through here. But you understand where the emotions come from. Understand that these two teams have a history, that they do not like each other. Medford's got this one in the bag. It's a team that went 6-3 in the month of January. And they are going to open up things here in the month of February on as right of a foot as you can step on.
As Pinero sends that one down, Rudolph comes out to play it down ice. As Antonelli looks to connect. Actually, no, collected by Pinero as he sends it down deeper into the zone. Big hit over there by Patrick Converse.
Now this is where you got to step in.
Time has expired as there is still a conflagration in the corner. As Antonelli looks like he's got Converse in a headlock, and he's sent down to the ice by Converse. A wrestling match is broken out.
Got to get a control of things here. The whistle is not going to do anything. You can blow it and blow it as much as you want. Referee's got to step in and take physical control of this game.
Head coach Chris Capazzo out there shepherding Candelino away. Capazzo as well as Ned O'Keefe for Medford getting in there to get their players away. Assistant Athletic Director Indira Ivora out there on the ice surface as well.
Everybody's just better served now to get off the ice. This game is final, but don't tell that to any of these players.
As the game has ended, I'll tell you right now, Somerville trainer Michelle Kelly is out there, and she is a woman you do not want to mess with
I've seen her out on the football sidelines,
Yes.
and I can concur with that point, Todd.
Head trainer Michelle
is the
Kelly.
muscle.
She is the muscle. No question about it.
If this was an old TV Western, she'd play the heavy,
She definitely would. There's no question about that.
and that is complimentary.
She is one of the, if not the most respected head trainer in the state of Massachusetts. She is a fantastic member of the Highlander staff, as she does
Well,
a great job for all the teams.
We figured, Todd, that emotions would spill over
Yep.
right at some point, and sure enough, this game ends up out of hand for the Highlanders, a 5-1 final here. Unfortunate to see it spill over at the very end. The team's ultimately not lining up for a handshake. But on this senior day celebration of Pasquale Candelino, not the result, of course,
No.
that the Highlanders were hoping for.
Not at all.
But I would say a much more emotionally invested game from Somerville here tonight than maybe what we saw on Saturday afternoon against Peabody.
No doubt about that. And no doubt the emotions were high. You saw that, of course, at the end of the matchup, as well as Medford comes away with the victory, 5-1. Diego Menace, he was a menace on the floor, on the ice, I should say, as he scored 2 goals and was just very dominant out there, not only on the offensive end, but was excellent on the defensive end, went down to the ice surface to block a shot early in that third period. That was very critical for the Mustangs. So Mustangs, and congratulations to the Mustangs.
Yes.
This is their 10th victory. So now they will be into the Division I
Playoff bound.
playoffs. So congratulations to the Medford Mustangs on that one. But the Highlanders coming away 5-1 losers in this game. They have the opportunity to get this taste out of their mouth at Lynn on Wednesday, then back here against Everett on Friday. So some winnable games coming up for these Highlanders.
See if they can take advantage of that. They picked up a win earlier against Lynn. See if you can get another this time on the road, where the Highlanders are 0-8 this season. They
Yeah.
have not won a game yet on the road away from the Vet. And then an opportunity to come back and try and get some revenge on Everett, who was able to upend you rarely earlier on this
Right.
season. This is a chance to get back to the friendly confines of the Vet and try and get back into the friendly confines of the win column.
No doubt about that. We'll have coverage of that Everett game here on Somerville Ed TV, 4:30 on Friday the 6th. That will do it for us tonight from the Vet Senior Night, Pasquale Candelino Night, as I like to say, as he is the lone senior on the Highlander roster. Congratulations to Pasquale for a great career. He went and played defensively at the defenseman position for a while when he was a sophomore and a junior. Now as a senior, he's the offensive spark on this team. He's the grittiest player on the ice. That's what Chris Capazzo said to me about him, and he's a great player. I know you really have enjoyed watching him as well.
It's been a treat throughout the 4 years. Pasquale seems like he's a great kid, comes from a great family. I got to meet a couple of his family members this season, and you see it each and every game, no matter what the result is. 5-1 win, 5-1 loss for the Highlanders. They always know what they are going to get night in, night out from number 5, Pasquale Candelino. And you know he probably wanted to really badly put one into the back of the net here tonight, not just to try and help his team out, of course, but to get one for all of the family and friends that he had in the building here tonight. So well deserved for him. I know the Highlanders would have loved to win tonight for him, but they've got a couple of more games to go. His tenure as a Highlander not over just yet.
Nope.
And there's chances to send him off on the high note that he does deserve, the lone senior on this roster.
No doubt about that. Congratulations to Pasquale Candelino on a great career, and we look forward to seeing him finish it as this season finishes out. That's going to do it for us tonight from the Vet. Thank you so very much for watching at home. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, Tyler Orrego on commentary. Lenny Scoletto, he's over there on the camera. Ben Martin, he is our director. My name is Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV.